Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to London. Welcome to Westminster, home of some of London's most iconic landmarks. We have Westminster Abbey, the Palace of Westminster, which is home of the Houses of Parliament, and of course, Big Ben. Today, it's August, and that's what I want to talk about and share with you today. August here in London, some of the key events and things to do. Thought I'd start here in Westminster and at Big Ben, because this month the bell Big Ben was silenced as part of a repair and restoration programme. It won't be completed until 2021. So yeah, it's left many Londoners and visitors heartbroken. Okay, rather than waiting to cross the road, let me take you on the scenic route. Underpass. Might not be pretty, but I'll let you into a little secret. It's home to public toilets, which can come in handy. Right, let's get back on the street. The views are a little more scenic. So yeah, Big Ben, nearly 160 years old, and requires some major renovations and repair work, which is why it's been scaffolded. Check it out. So the famous Big Ben bell has been silenced mainly so it won't deafen the tradespeople carrying out the works up there. Renovating the tower will take far longer than servicing the clock mechanism, so they still plan to have the bell strike on significant occasions like Remembrance Day and for New Year's. And during the works, when possible, at least one dial will be visible and telling the correct time. Okay, it's August right now. It's the last weekend of August, which is a bank holiday weekend here in the UK. So many Brits will get the Monday off work, with the Monday being a public holiday. However, everybody that has the day off also wants everything to be open, as do all the many visitors and tourists here in town. So not everybody gets the day off, unfortunately. Everyone that works in retail and many of the public attractions here will be required to work. But if you are planning to visit somewhere on one of the public holidays here in London, check the opening hours, because most places are open, but they will run restricted opening hours. Almost most places use their Sunday opening hours. However, the next public holiday is not until Christmas Day, and that's a different story. But I'll share more about that with you nearer the time. It's summer right now. Yeah, August is peak summer, ideally. Even in summer here, the weather is highly unpredictable. June and July this year were phenomenal, set to be a great summer, but then the beginning of August was terrible. However, things are looking up. The sun's shining for this bank holiday weekend, which is fortunate because this weekend is the Notting Hill Carnival here in London, which is the second biggest street festival and carnival in the world, second only to Rio, and the biggest in Europe, so we'll definitely be checking that out. That's tomorrow. Right now, thought I'd share with you some of the other outdoor festivals, of which there are many, but here in town, one of the major ones is on the Southbank, which is just on the other side of the river here. It's much easier to walk along the north bank of the river, opposite the London Eye than beneath it. the best way over to the Southbank from here is either Westminster Bridge there, and then walking through the thick of visitors on the south bank of the Thames, or walking along the north bank here, which is much quieter than over there. And I think you actually get better views of the London Eye from over here than from right below it. So there are footbridges just here that will take you right to the Southbank Centre, just outside Embankment Tube. And yeah, right now there's a summer festival over there, but there's festivals over there all year round, so I use those bridges all the time. Just beyond the bridges that run out of Charing Cross is also Somerset House. Okay, so these are the footbridges here that will take you from the North Bank over to the South Bank. Up there you get phenomenal views of Westminster Bridge itself. You can see Big Ben, Houses of Parliament, and yeah, fantastic views along the river. Let me show you. Okay, pretty phenomenal views up here of the Westminster skyline. And also right now the tree line hides the scaffolding around Big Ben. Okay, summer at the Southbank. Buskers, selling frozen yoghurt. It's old Victorian vintage style carousel, and the Underbelly Festival, overlooked by a rooftop bar. There's more going on in front of and beside the Southbank Centre here, which is central London's primary arts and culture centre. There's an amazing street food market behind the centre at weekends. Okay, this is the Southbank Centre itself, and they've got entertainment here as well as bars, restaurants, surrounded by bars and restaurants. There's this pop-up fountain down here. Check this out.
The sculpture here at the Southbank Centre this summer is an art installation by artist Jeppe Hein. It's an interactive sculpture. The fountains, the jets of water, create rooms that disappear as quickly as they appear. It's phenomenal to look at, and also on warm days kids love playing in it, trying to guess where the rooms will appear next.
Don't tell the kids, it's art. Don't care, it's just fun. And we're right above the Southbank skate park, just down these steps. aren't many international arts and culture centres with skate parks in their own undercroft. Okay, photo shoots, bars there, people waiting to skate, and check this out, a man-made beach right on the bank of the River Thames. Okay, I'm going to head to the north bank of, and building just there at the end of the bridge, Somerset House. I'll see you guys in a moment. Okay, we were just down there on the Southbank. I'm now up on the bridge and I'm heading here, Somerset House, which was once the Admiralty, home to the Admiralty, before they built the embankment. Before they built the embankment, you could moor a ship next to it and even row a boat into it. Once they built the embankment, having a landlocked Admiralty made little sense.
Somerset House has a very long history. Today, Somerset House is open to the public as an arts and culture centre. The site was the location of the Duke of Somerset's London residence, a building that would later become a royal palace. The current Somerset House was originally constructed to be rather grand public buildings, which were home to many different government departments for over 200 years. As they outgrew the building, they moved out, so in the late 1990s, the building was put in trust by the government and reopened as an arts and culture centre. Whenever you're in town, it's worth checking out what's on, as there's a year-round programme of contemporary art exhibitions and seasonal events, and it's also worth visiting just to see the phenomenal architecture.
Okay, welcome to the Strand entrance of Somerset House. Once home to the Admiralty, today home to an arts and culture centre. It's also a great place to get a coffee, which is why I'm here right now. And throughout August, most years, they install an outdoor cinema screen, and you can come here, and it's a great place to enjoy outdoor cinema. The architecture is phenomenal. It's a great spot to come and admire the architecture, get something to eat or drink all year round, as well as the art. Fountains are on throughout summer. There's an amazing coffee shop here, Fernandez and Wells. Okay, filter coffee from Fernandez and Wells here in Somerset House. Also a tapas bar. Good coffee. Right, I'm going to head from Somerset House up to Piccadilly Circus. I want to see, although Big Ben may be out of action for a while, another London landmark that has been undergoing renovations is the sign in Piccadilly Circus, which is due to be unveiled anytime this autumn. So although most of this video will be retrospective for you, that is a little glimpse of things to come. So let's head up to Piccadilly Circus and check the progress of the signs. Piccadilly Circus. Famous for two things: statue of Eros here, and famous for the Piccadilly Circus illuminated signs. Now, contrary to popular belief, the statue isn't actually Eros, it's his brother. Apparently before the days of mobile phones, many couples used to meet here beneath the statue, I guess hoping Cupid would be a good luck charm, and many couples have even got engaged here. However, the statue's not actually Eros, it's his brother. They're on the right track though. Eros, according to Greek mythology, is the god of attraction, a certain type of attraction. His brother, however, is the god of love. So they're on the right track. The signs were illuminated until the start of the year, when they were switched off and covered in these temporary unilluminated signs, and they're about to be unveiled this autumn. So although one London landmark is being put under wraps, Big Ben, another is about to be unveiled, and the screens have been replaced by one single screen, which is underneath those temporary signs, and it will be the biggest of its kind in the whole of Europe. So, from Piccadilly Circus, statue commonly known as Eros, and what will be the largest screen of its kind, hopefully by the time you get here, in Europe. From Piccadilly Circus, let's head to Notting Hill, and the largest carnival in Europe and the second largest carnival in the world, and arguably the grand finale of every summer here in London. So I'll see you guys in Notting Hill. Welcome to London to Notting Hill. It's Carnival, Notting Hill Carnival. Now, on Carnival weekend they close a lot of the stations, the closest tube stations to the Carnival route. However, it's pretty easy to find. Just follow the crowds and the amazing thump of soca music. So I'm going to head down to the parade route of the Carnival, check out some of the sound systems, and I'll share with you some of the highlights of this year's Notting Hill Carnival.
Now hear what's happening now, guys and girls. At 3 o'clock, which is about 1 minute, the whole of Notting Hill Carnival is going to be doing 1 minute silence for Grenfell. At 3 o'clock, yeah? So we'll let you know. So hang tight, we're not playing any more music till we've done 1 minute silence. We'll tell you when that's going to happen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everybody say yeah, yeah! This is on behalf of Grenfell. We'd like to say thank you very much for your support for 2017. CJ, there we go. I want to see you right side of the other. Sing it.
Okay, Carnival this year has been phenomenal so far, and this is just day one. So I hope you enjoyed this trip to London, look at things to do in the month of August, and at least one thing to come. And I hope you enjoyed this visit and look at London's Notting Hill Carnival. So thanks for watching, and until next time, toodles.